And Fletcher Brown with another artist video blog here at Kix96country.com. Our guest today is no stranger to Muscle Shoals and to me. We're old friends. I've known him a while, but I'm good for the purposes of this interview. I'm going to pretend I don't know him. So your name is Ward.
Yes.
Ward,
yes.
like the Cleaver, like Ward Cleaver, the Leave It to Beaver.
Man, that's so funny.
Ward,
I've never heard that before.
Welcome, Ward Davis, to Kix Country. Hello, Ward.
Hey, Fletch, man, good to be here.
So, 15 years in a 10-year town. That's the album.
Yeah.
No Going Home is the single.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Ward, now, again, you mentioned you've been to Muscle Shoals before. You actually performed on Muscle Shoals Musical Live. That's how I met you the first time. Mm-hmm. And that was some years ago. And
yeah, that was a wife ago.
Yeah. I like the way he measures time. So, and that, again, that's been about just under 10 years, just south of 10 years ago. But you've been up in Nashville. You've been writing and playing and recording. So let's talk about this current project. What is make this current project special to you?
Man, it really started with when William Earl recorded my song, because I had been in Nashville trying to be a hit songwriter for 15 years, as it turns out. And I had a chip on my shoulder, and I was really, I was jaded by everything, because, you see all this success around you, and you're like, man, I know I'm that good, but what am I doing wrong? And then when that happened, the chip fell off, and I just said, man, I want to make a record that is me and represents who I am and what I believe, and the content of the album it's really it's songs that I've written over the last 10-15 years at different points in my life. One of the songs on there I actually wrote with my ex-wife. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it really is like it's my story in songs, but sort of it all came from perspective and empathy.
All right, so like the first single off the album, "Old Worn Out Cowboy."
Mm-hmm.
So is that autobiographical? Did you feel
No,
that?
I didn't write. That's the only song on the album that I didn't write. But that was one of my favorite songs when I was a kid, and I would listen to it. And it's an Ed Bruce song, and he performed it. And at the end of the song, he wrote "Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys" as well. And so at the end of the song, it says they never stay home, they're always alone, even with someone they love. And I always thought it'd be cool if Willie Nelson had been on there singing that. Mm-hmm. But of course, I can't go back in time and tell Ed Bruce what to do on his record. So I thought that I would cut it, and then if I could, try to get Willie to come sing on it, and he did. And then I figured if I was going to swing hard, so I called Jamie Johnson and asked if he'd come sing on it. And it's that song, while it's not one that I wrote, it's very personal just because it's like the first song I remember hearing.
Absolutely. Well, you grew up in, southeast Arkansas? Mm-hmm. All right. And so that sort of roots country music, that's actually, it's core to your whole identity as a songwriter, would you say? Yeah.
I mean, we grew up right off the Delta. Not right on it, right off it. So, but we still had pretty much the same dirt, and pretty much the same people, and yeah, man. I mean, it was I grew up in a small town, country kid, country family. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I started playing when I was so young. I don't even remember why, but I just did. So, yeah, man. I've always tried to keep it earthy.
Absolutely. I think you succeeded. Now, to talk about the current single, speaking of No Going Home, what is that story?
Man, I was at a point in my life. It's a really personal song. After I put it out as a single, I thought maybe I shouldn't have done this. People are going to ask what it's about, and it really is about what it's about. And I wrote it from the perspective of the devil. Because I was trying to talk myself out of a situation, and I did, but I wrote that song. That's how I did it. I wrote it on index cards one night, about, God, it must have been midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, but I just wrote all the lyrics out just a line at a time on index cards, and I just kind of shuffled them around, and whatever was going on in my mind that night just kind of worked out, I guess.
And now there's actually a music video that goes with this song, isn't there?
Right.
'Cause I saw the music video, and it's pretty intense.
Yeah, well, we thank my and your buddy, W. Earl Brown.
Yeah, you can see him on AMC's Preacher.
yeah, or any other hit. What was the one he was just in with Johnny Depp?
He's been in so many things.
It was the one about Whitey.
Black Mass.
Black Mass.
Black Sunday, Black Mass. Black Mass. That's it, Black Mass.
Yeah.
And of course, he was also in the second season of True Detective. And W. Earl Brown. Just Google him.
Hi, Earl.
Hi, Earl. How you doing?
He I sent it to him because I want him to be in it. You know, I'm pulling favors. Willie Nelson on my record.
Mm-hmm.
I got a buddy that's a movie star. Why not? So he said he didn't have time. They were filming Preacher. But he read it and he said, "Man, that's pretty good, but you should do this and this and this and this." And I said, "Well, I don't know how to do this and this and this and this. Could you do it?" And like an hour later, he sent me a script. I mean, it was like a movie script, and with all the twists and turns and all the descriptions that only Earl could come up in his massive head.
It's not that big.
It's huge. Really he told me he's got
actually
the biggest
a pretty normal sized human head.
He said it's the biggest one in Hollywood. That's what he brags. Mm-hmm. But anyway, he wrote it and he told me to call Jeremy Childs. Do you know Jeremy?
I do not.
He's an actor in Nashville, but he was in the Robert Redford James Gandolfini movie, The Last Castle. Mm-hmm. He was in that. But anyway, Earl told me to call him, and he put me in touch with the director and the cinematographer and everything, and we filmed it in 2 days on my wife's farm and then at a bar called Keller's that we filmed it in the middle of the day because you don't want to go in there late.
Well, you're probably right.
I'm just kidding. Keller's.
I'm a tenderfoot. I don't go into places.
Yeah, no.
So, but again, the video is now. If folks wanted to go and find the video, is it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube or it's on my website, warddavismusic.com or Ward Davis Music is my YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So
now, for real quick, for the folks who are new to Ward Davis as of this viewing. What kind of country fan would you say you appeal to?
Oh man, somebody who, I can tell you what the demographic report says on my Facebook page.
Well, who do you see at your shows that you know is like, man, yeah, that guy gets me.
Man,
that girl gets me.
People who have lived. I got a I don't know. I got an email last night. There's a song on my record called "The Overpass" that is about it comes from a place of perspective, but it's about a guy who's homeless and living under the overpass. And I got an email last night from a guy who runs a homeless shelter and soup kitchen, and he wanted to know, how did I know what that felt like? And I was like, well, I really don't. I just I know how I feel about things, and I see that, and I try to do it. But I think the people who listen to this record, who enjoy it the most, are people who have seen and done a lot in their lives. Not necessarily things they're not proud of, but there's a lot of lessons that have been learned before I could put this record out, and I think people sense that.
This man is a true Nashville storyteller. You need to pick up a copy of his album, 15 Years in a 10-Year Town. No Going Home is the current single. If you want to hear it, call us at Kix96. We'll be happy to play it for you. And find him at warddavismusic.com. Mm-hmm. What about social media? I know you do Facebook because we're friends. Oh, that's right. I don't know you.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have Facebook?
What is that? Is it the internet?
Yes, I think it's a room where people scream at each other. I think.
Yeah, no, I do. I don't know the easiest thing in the world. I got a social media guy to fix up everything so that when you Google Ward Davis, I'm the first thing that pops up, not the fiber optics company in California that won't let go of their web domain. It's Ward Davis Music. Sorry. I feel really comfortable doing this. Am I too comfortable?
No, you're totally fine.
All right, cool.
Ward Davis, if you've never listened to Ward Davis, I promise you will not be disappointed. And he's an old friend, and trust me, you're going to love this album. I've got a copy of it, and you need to get a copy of it too if you want to hear the song. Call us at Kix96. We'll be happy to play it for you. Ward, show them the CD. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, zoom in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bad idea to get cellophane on this because every time I'm at a show, people are just constantly doing this, and I have to take it from them. There's a trick.
Next time, you know what you should come up with? Like edible wrap. They can just eat it right off there.
I didn't put any information on the back of it either because
you didn't want to distract you.
Nobody wants to know anything, but yeah, it's a little. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine. Ward Davis, don't stay away so long next time.
Dude, no, man, I won't.
If you want to catch a live performance elsewhere on our website from Ward, and we'll see you next time on another artist video blog at Kix96country.com.